Hey guys, happy Memorial Day. I feel a bouncy. I'm like, got a cold. I got a sinus again, because you know why? It's going to rain for 4 days. Rain yesterday, rain today, rain next 3 days, 5 days. So anyways, I'm fine though. It's okay. I just got the sniffles. Part of my COPD, I guess, they're telling me. Allergies. Anyways, we're doing rocks again. And the other day we did the gnome. Showed you how to do it. We did, well, I actually did it and just finished it. I think we're going to do another foot. The foots are easy, I think. The feet. More than one is feet. I'm going to finish this, so I like doing, they're on the porch. I do like these little gnome doors. I love putting them in my pots. It's raining out too. I ain't going out there. And I got this. I'm going to do a hummingbird. And I'll explain to you the ins and outs again. In the meantime, I'm out in the kitchen because I do not trust that back room. I don't know if it's there or if it was breaking up yesterday just a tiny bit, but the last 2 Thursday nights have been ridiculous. So I don't know if something's going on Thursday. We're having storms again. I don't know what it is. So sometimes everything's fine, other times I don't know. But it wasn't really raining yesterday, so I don't know, It wasn't bad, just for a minute or two. But I have a little thing I use outside. It's like one of the, it's just a cheap one. It's like one of those selfie sticks, but it's got feet. You pull it out, it all goes together in one little piece. And I can do that to, do classes in. So let me get my paint out stuff. I just bring a box of paint out. Some brushes, I got a bucket of water, put it all right in the water. And I picked a bunch of colors out, and I got my Posca pens. That's all you really need. Piece of parchment paper. I do got some paper plates over there, but you can use them. I find unless you got white ones, I'll use the colored ones, like Christmas ones and stuff, but I think I can tell colors better. I'm not the only one on like a white or a clear surface. So I like the glass palettes. I tell you, breaking up. All right, so I got my laptop out here. Maybe I'll just shut my laptop off. Yeah, that's off. Put this over here. I don't know what it is. It's like they're limiting my usage or something. I begin to wonder, right? And I'm not the only one. So I know there's a lot of solar flares, but it's just Facebook, mostly. I haven't had a problem on YouTube or TikTok or any of them, even Instagram, which they own. So why is it Facebook? I don't understand. It just seems to be the only time. And when I'm doing live. So sometimes when I'm scrolling, things won't come on or they're slow. So maybe it's my phone, I thought, but why would it be just Facebook? So I'm just saying. Are you listening, bots? Are you listening? All right. So let me get some paint out. We're going to do the foot first. Now, what I recommend is you don't really use a base coat. We're just using acrylic paint. And I use Deco Art paint. I do use some Apple Barrel because it's just easy to get at Wally World. Or actually anywhere. Get anywhere. You don't really need a base coat for these. You can paint both sides if you wish. You can even do a design on both sides if you want to. And I get some of these ideas off of Pinterest, but you can go anywhere and get them. I recommend just wash the rock, make sure it's dry, and it doesn't take long to dry. They absorb water really quick. And then the base coat is basically the paint. And the only reason I base coat is I like to hit, it's like a canvas. You want to have a nice plain subject to paint on. It's easier because a lot of these have like different colors in the base and stuff. I am going to paint the hummingbird like that though, but see, this one I just painted blue, and then I sketched on in white so you can see it, but so I can see it, my door and my handle, my window, my little stoop there. So we'll do that too. In the meantime, I'm going to paint one of these foot shaped rocks. Put the foot on one of these. Let me see. You could do, I bought some of these rocks. Some of them I just went, picked it out of the yard and stuff. Actually, I was out to my daughter's farm, and I had her daughter, Grayson, helped me pick out a bunch of rocks. I think this one will work. Okay. So that's where I got it from the farm. I actually got a big piece of wood. I don't know if I can do a class with it, but it's a huge piece of plank wood from the barn, in an old barn, and it's kind of rigid on one end. But I think I'm gonna do home. I want to sand it all down. It's filthy, and maybe stain it brown. I have HOME, but instead of the O, I think I'm gonna do a sunflower. I'm gonna stain it first. So it's raining out. I gotta get my sand. I have a hand sander. I'm gonna, electric one. I'm gonna hand sand the whole thing, buff it off, and then I think I'm gonna stain it like a brown with water and just like a burnt umber, and then I let it dry, and then I can go find the letters. I never used them. They're from. I was gonna do those porch cleaners, never did them, but the pointy end is kind of broken. I'm gonna use that to stick in the ground. I was gonna kind of cut it. I'm like, something. This will go in the ground real good. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do the home. This is in my mind, I do these things. I put a little bit lower. Do the O as a sunflower. And then I'm going to do like a vine a little bit around it and do some small ones. So that's what I think I'm going to do. So I'll let you know when I get started. But it won't be in this weather, that's for sure. All right, so let's paint the base of this. Let's paint it in pink. We'll make her toes a different color maybe. Let's do a pink. I got this pretty Fuchsia Pop. Very popular color, at least I like it. I love bright pink, so you'll see I just like it. I know it's like in style, but I don't care, I like it. I guess pink's real popular. Well, yeah, Christmas time it was too, like pink and greens, and I don't know, when it comes to Christmas stuff, I really prefer like the additional stuff, but I did get a pink tree. But I have like all different color ornaments on it. It's a pink flax tree. Don't buy a flax tree. It's a small one, but flax get everywhere. I didn't know that. It's beautiful, though. I don't care. It's just me. I do it for me. I know a lot of people are like, I don't put it up anymore. That's okay. I still got family that comes around, and stuff. I know my grandmother's stuff. She just put a couple. She had like these bells, electric bells she put in the window. They were red. They're really pretty. Probably collectible now. I just paint this pink. Let me get this up there so you guys can see. I gotta mess with this a little bit. Yeah, so, yeah, she didn't put much up. She had a few things she had gotten that she just kind of hung up, But she was 84, all by herself. I mean, my uncles were there, but they were really kind of useless. Sorry. Oh, don't do this to me. Turn around. Hello. All right, so let's put this down here, and you can watch me. And I can kind of see it, too. That's good. So I'm just going to paint this rock pink. Yeah. So I got a few plants out there. I got some that are hanging on. I was going to plant them last night, and I just never got to it. Kind of took a doze on the couch. I was busy all day doing stuff for that party again, and everything's out. All I gotta do is finish the painting, and I found the emails, and I found all the things. So they're not going to be back until Tuesday because they're closing the restaurant down for Memorial Day. So she's not going to be until then. So I'm gonna let this dry. Just gonna put it to the side. I have a paper towel here. What do I got? Oh no, we can put it over here on this thing. There you go. All right, and I can just kind of clean this off and put it back into the water. Oh, my trash can. All right, so now get this guy out. Probably do the door in brown, so let me get brown. Oh, I bring brown in. No, we did. Didn't I? I was trying to make sure I had all the colors. Let's see what I got here. Whew, I got a runny nose, that's for sure. I just bought a brand new bottle of brown. Here it is, right here. Burnt umber. This is a, what do you call it? Apple barrel. It was just easy to get. I get 50% off, but I don't want to buy a big old bunch of paint until I really need it, you know. I can only do it once a month now. It used to be twice a month to get 50% off. It's a good deal. But then they kill you on the shipping. So sometimes it's only a savings as much, not as much as you'd like, but you know, it's because I'm in the group. Luckily, I've been there a while, so I pay like the bottom price because it's like what I do. You know, in my group, the other paid group, I never raise the price. So I got a couple in there, been there the whole time. They got a good deal. All right, so I'm going to take a small brush. Small, medium brush. And I'm going to paint the door. And I'm just going to use a brown. I hope you guys can see that. I think so. I'm just going to paint the door, these little strips here first. I'm going to cover some of it up, but I can go back. Isn't that cute? It's just like a horseshoe, or make little door sections here. And there's one I can cover this up. I put a doorknob in. I'll probably do black and white for the stoop, the gray. Then I'm going to like make, you know, a little foliage around the outside of it. Now you see how shiny those other ones were? I covered them with Liquitex gel gloss. And believe it or not, I bring all my I bring my Brocs in the winter. So, and I haven't had to redo any of them. Now, you make sure they're dry before you put the stuff on, but I'm sure if you polyurethane, you can leave them out there all year long, but I've had a few that were fine. So it really depends on where they are in the garden, but I bring them in. They're all up and down the stairs, or I give them away, whatever. So my sister left hers out, and they dulled out quite a bit. By the second year, they were like, you need to do something. Hold on. Oh, I think I got pink all over me. Oh, okay. All right, so I got all the brown on. I kind of want that white show a little bit. I'm going to kind of do this. Brown. I'm going to get some black and white. Now, you could do these with Posca pens, too. I don't know if you guys know that. That's not a problem. In fact, the Posca pens cover really pretty nicely. I'm going to get some white, because we're going to need white. There's some white right here. Who's on yet? I don't see anybody on yet. Nope. I got this white, and I got this black. I'll make it gray. I'm going to kind of color the stoop in with the gray. Still got a small brush. Black and white, that's all. Put your pinky down and it'll keep your hand steady. Little trick. We'll make a handle later in the window. I'm just going to let these dry a little bit. Kind of fix them up. See, so the white was just for composition purposes, so you know where to put stuff. Now, if you're using, you can use a pencil. Then go over it with something so you can see it if you can't see well. Just kind of what I do. But with a pencil, you can erase it too, so then you can fix whatever you need right there. All right. So I'm gonna take this white and let's make just a little door handle right there. There you go. La la la. I don't know if they have any music on, but it's on. Forgot. Okay, just kind of highlight and stir a little bit. But we'll let that dry a little bit, and then we're going to put foliage around it, flowers. It's supposed to be a door. I'll show you what I do. Sometimes I make a little trail if there's enough room, but it's not really enough room on that one. All right. So, where's one? Rinse this out. Which one did I pick out for the foot? I think I put it back. This one. Okay. I am going to, I I just paint? Yeah, it's right here. I was like, I lost my mind. Right here. I painted it pink. Oh, wish I had my dryer here. I think it's too soon. We gotta let that dry. We're gonna let that dry. Let's start my this one. I'm gonna need green and blue because I want to do a bird. Yeah, that one's not dry. We can't do that yet. You know, I got my blow dryer here either. Anybody out there painting rocks with me today? Let me know. Even if you come on later, I'd like to know. I pop this up with a rock, with a pen here. I can get it out, I think. Let's see. Well, it doesn't want to come out, I guess. I tried. A little blue, a little pink. Do it like a vines here, like a morning glory, I think. And I'm gonna do the head kind of in a green. And you could do this on a white background, but I just want to do it like this. Really long thing here. Got a very small brush. They have all different colors, so you can really play with this. Now, if you happen to have stencils, you can do stencils too. If you have small stencils, really small. Need some purple too. The black. Purple. Hey, Lori. Who's on here? I got my, well, I can't just like turn this around. It's a purple. So I don't have a picture out. I'm just gonna have to wing this. Gonna have to be an imaginary. I'm getting hummingbirds already on my feeder. I read somewhere that the males come first. I think it is the male. I think. And then, because they come in the May, they're already here. And then the females will come right after that. Because all I'm seeing is one right now. So, unless she came early and she's already laid eggs, I don't know. So, yeah, pretty excited. I'm trying to look around for plants. I had one last year. I don't know the name of it. It had they're like tubular plants. Well, it died. So I went out and I bought some, they're annual that have the red tubulars on them. I can't think of the name. But I gotta look around for something else. I don't really want to grow no big vine or nothing, but I thought, you know, I'll go look again. I'm on one more trip and I'm done. I usually start Lowe's. Everybody gets done with their gardening. Everybody's gun-ho the first couple of weeks of May and June. After that, they just kind of die off, and that's when you get the best deals, all the markdowns at Lowe's. At least that's what I do. That's what I always did. So I gotta wait it out a little bit. I got plants I plant by seed, or I overwinter them and all that kind of stuff. But I get a lot of markdowns. Plants are stupid. I started a few from like dry root, you know. I just put in 3 blueberry bushes. My kids had to have them. They wanted me to get cherry trees and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not. So I had 3 cherry trees. Or they wanted, yeah, I don't know. They're still teasing me they're going to put one in the back. I says, I ain't digging nothing. It's a great big swamp back there. I had to put a bunch of pucks out. I put a bucket, and I've never heard of it, so I had to figure it out, but it's like buckets of just pucks and foliage so that it can keep it down. I am literally just chewed right up, and if you could see it, all up my arm. Oh, and the black flies, forget it. So I've been trying to figure out, it mostly seems to be the spring here. It's not the rest of the year. I don't know. Hold on, my nose is running. Next 4 days it's supposed to rain. Isn't it wonderful? Okay, let me see. What color can I do down there? Let's do a little like brown and black. I think they have a little darker bottom. I'm not sure, but we're gonna do it anyways. I've got nothing here for reference, so I'm just making it up. It's okay. Sometimes that's a fun thing. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just can't stop. It's the rain. Sometimes it's tired, but I've had plenty of sleep. I got one of those, I have a thing you put in your nose and you snip it. What do they call it? I gotta do that, so stop running. Oh, like that. Let's take a little bit of white and kind of show off his little... This is kind of like, it's almost like a fan-like thing over here. His tail. Of course, they're always in perpetual motion, as you probably know. Let's try to kind of tone that beak down with kind of a pink color. I think it's probably more, I'm not even sure. It might even just be black, but I'm going to put a little color on here. There we go. Now I'm going to do some morning glories. So I'm going to take the purple, kind of outline these. I hope you guys can see these. Oh, stupid nose. I'm cold. I had to turn the heat on. I got this window cracked a little bit because the air does help me, you know. The inside air is worse than the outside air. A lot of people don't know that. Sometimes I go outside and it clears up. I'll go sit in the car even. Just because it's something to do with the inside air. It's something I'm allergic to. I don't know. My garbage stunk real bad yesterday, so I sprayed the house. If that probably did it. I don't know. I don't know. I got this one called, I don't know, Suede or something from Febreze. Smells so good. I don't know. Anyways. Alright, so this kind of looks like it, right? Yeah. Let's do the inside centers. They're usually like a white color. So I'm going to take some white. Kind of fan these out a little bit. There's a really small brush, guys. I want to do like little stamens coming out of it. A little white in the throat right here too. I'll do that. Let that dry a few minutes and then I'll start doing some foliage here. I need a little brush, bigger brush for bigger foliage. They have like a heart-shaped morning glories. Their leaves are like hearts. I always grew them at the old house. I got some in a pot right now. I don't know if I'm beginning to grow them to try. Certain ones just won't grow here. I must have went through 50 packs of seeds. I should have grabbed some. I had some at one point. And I finally found, they were purple and pink color. I finally found some that worked. You know, not every type of plant works everywhere else. You got to get the right cultivar. And I finally found some that, I mean, they just look beautiful. I got pictures. Okay, I'm gonna take a little green and white and make this a little bit lighter, the vine. Water it down a little bit because I want it to move around. I'm gonna make a little vine here. Oh. He's got his nose in something, so let's make like a little kind of a one right here. There we go. Should have used a smaller one. Let's go back to that one. Give these guys a little highlights. It's yellow. Nice yellow. Needs a little yellow here and there. I think yellow makes everything look better. I do. Well, that's pretty good. I don't think I need any color in the background. Once I shine this up with my stuff, it'll look pretty cool, I think. I think that's good. Get this off here. You have a cold too? I begin to think there's something in the air. Where do they show? You know, space trash. You know how much? Have you ever seen a map of all the stuff that's in the sky now? In you know, orbiting. You know, like space stuff. Stuff comes out better when I feel like crap. You ever notice that sometimes? So I've taught you guys about that. How that's actually in that book. I haven't finished reading it. I'm reading it somewhere else too. Some other artist was talking about it. Some of the best artists were painting at the worst time in their lives, and people didn't have it real good back then. You know, they didn't way back in the day. You know, so even when you don't feel like painting, you probably should be painting. It makes you feel better. No, not everything's going to come out good, but sometimes it's really weird how that works out. I just love my pom-poms. So let's go to my little door. I wish this thing I could turn it, but you can't turn it. It's just a cheap thing. But I'll tell you, it's handy. You got to do it sideways, so. I probably should take it out of I got a wallet around it, those wallet ones you put your credit cards in. So much easier. I hardly ever carry a purse. As long as I got pockets, I'm good. All right, so now I got this thing. I'm waiting for that pink one to dry. I want to put a foot on there. Oop, paint on it again. All right, so here it is. And I got green, I got yellow. Get another small brush. And I'm gonna make like, you know, a little garden around it. So I'm gonna start off by doing like, you know, some flowers. I'm just gonna kind of throw in a bunch of green. Right here, even like right there. I can't barely see it. I'm gonna mix that green with some yellow. Let's make, because you can't really see it. There you go. Just make some like little leaf fronds, kind of. I'm gonna put some flowers in too. You're probably like kind of a vine. Let's do some green and yellow. I love doing this small stuff. I know it sounds crazy, right? I used to love making the little the cards. You really learn a lot doing them. Make my little hearts, right? Someday. Okay. Please. I think you get the idea. Now, if it's just a little bit wider, and one of them I just made little white circles that look like a path, and I put a little greenery around it. I have a little window here too, so let me rinse this off a little bit. Now I'm gonna put some little roses in it, I think. And just make yourself like a little yellow window because it'll look like, make a round one instead of a square one. It'll look like, you know, it's kind of glowy, I guess. I'm gonna let this dry and I'm gonna use my Posca pen. So I'm gonna take some pink. I'm just gonna start making little circles here and there. Water in this. Stupid nose. I just made some sushi rice. You guys ever made sushi rice? My big thing now, I love fish, but I've been making my own sushi bowls. Well, they're not really sushi bowls. It's a sushi bake. And all you do is you make your rice. You'll use a paddle. I went and bought a small one, but it came with the sushi thing I bought. But you put a little sugar in it and a little vinegar, or preferably it's Oriental vinegar. It's sweet. And you mix that in with salt and a lot of salt, a lot of sugar, and you just break it up and let it cool. And then in another bowl, you can either use salmon or tuna fish or fake crab. I haven't done the fake crab. That's the original recipe. So I went and just did my tuna. I love the tuna. Oh, I haven't done it yet. And I put in, for every can of tuna, I put half a brick cream cheese, softened, and then like some soy sauce. If you want something hot, you could do sriracha or pepper flake or chili oil. And then I do farake, or you could just use sesame seeds. You mix it all up with some mayonnaise, and then you just spread it across the top. And you take your sriracha, you make it fancy, and you bake it in the oven about 25 minutes. Let me tell you something. I eat it with my sushi wraps, my nori, my seaweed wraps. Oh my God, so good. Sounds gross, right? But I had to get used to all this. If I started eating sushi, I kept telling my daughter, it's so gross, I can't eat that. Well, now, I freaking love this stuff. I started out just eating California roll. There's no old fish in it, raw fish. And now I'm past that, I guess. So I'm eating all kinds of stuff. I still can't get used to sashimi, which is raw fish. But I love these stupid bakes. And they're so easy to make, and they're so good for you. So, all them people are skinny, too. So as long as you get carried away with your carbs, you're good, you know. But I love tuna anyways. I'd eat tuna on anything. Okay. I don't think it's dry. Let me see if I can. I need a black one here, I think. Yeah, so that's what's for dinner, and I'll eat like a half of that. I'll eat about half because I just took my shot Wednesday night, so you're not too hungry for the first few days. And by the end of the week, when your next shot is due, you could eat a horse. Well, not really. You start eating a lot less anyways. So I don't think I'm going to be on this for a long time because I'm just not eating as much, which is good. And I'm not having that food noise, they call it. See, now I can make a little X in there. Food noise. I'm sure they'll find something wrong with it sooner or later. Somebody was complaining to me about it. Says, you know something? All the pills they all do. But my blood pressure was so high, I had to do it. She had talked me, and it took her a while. It took her a while. I'm not the easiest one in the block, let me tell you. I feel like it needs more blue. It just needs something blue. Let's do a few blue flowers. Sometimes you just feel things out until it feels right to you. Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're right. Needs a little more white, I think, too. I have a white one here. I thought I did. Let's see. Oh, I do. I do. So now I got me a little gnome door. And I will, like, put this in my garden. You know, like, I have a brick path or edge. And I will just... We'll wait till this dries. We'll shine this up, too. They look so good once you... I mean, it really... Your browns and blacks in acrylic paint. So you can see how dull it's gotten already. Now once it's got brown and black in it, once I put it right up, it shined it right up. See what I mean? And I do use this stuff. Like I said, I bring my rocks in unless I give them away. So, and I had some I did before I moved in here, and so I've been here a couple of years now, and they're probably 7, 8 years old, and they're, well, I think I probably actually started painting with you guys right from the beginning. I think the second year we were here, so they're at least 5 years old, some of them. All right, so that one's dry, and that one's, these guys are drying, and I'm gonna do my footsie here, and I'm just gonna get a pencil. Who's on here? Hey, Cindy. Sorry I'm sideways. I got a different thing on. I'm working in my kitchen, so I don't trust what's going on with actually, I'm kind of more comfortable. I got so much shit in there right now. Excuse me, I got so much stuff in there. I got things going on. So I got my, I'll show you when I get done. I got my, I'm learning to face paint. I got my kit today. Just something I can make a little bit of money at, where I'm not going to be like, I love what I do for the paint parties, but there's a lot of prep work, a lot of stuff to carry, a lot of stuff to break down. The money's good, but with the face painting, it's like $100, $200 just to show up, and then, or you could just sit there if it's like a fair, and it's $10 a person. And the guy was sitting there doing it. The guy gave me the idea, did my portraiture, which I'd have to learn how to do that. But he said face painting would be a good idea for something like that. So I could approach some places. And then I'm doing the parties through my brother, and he has a manager there who's doing them. What do they call him? Event manager. And she might pick up people different, like they have a Boy Scout thing going on and stuff like that, and they might want face painters. So I just bought a kit and I'm learning how to do it. Well, anyways, foot. We're doing this one. We're doing a foot. Look, a foot, and a cute. So now you just got to do just a rough shape, nothing fancy. Just do like a big toe. I don't know how big your toes are, but mine are so. I'm a size 10.5, 11 now. I used to be a 10, 9.5, 10. But me and my girlfriend, we used to talk about that. We decide when you get older, your feet spread out, especially since we did hair. Standing up all the time, I swear to God, my feet got bigger. I think it's gravity. So then you just do 4 fingers. Then just do a big old chunky foot. A Barney Rubble foot here. Then all you gotta do is make a line. It's coming off, it's so wet still. Some little circles. You got yourself a foot. I did this one in pink, so I gotta blow my nose again. Oh, sorry. Ugh. Now I want to make a flesh tone, and you know how I do that. I do pink, white, and then add a touch of yellow. I just do pink. This is fuchsia pink, regular old white, and this is baby duck. I just add a little bit, it's too much. And that gives me like this really cool flesh tone. Isn't that cool? Pink, white. Now this isn't something I would really use in a painting, but you could. Just a touch of yellow. I would normally use like a ochre. It's actually all different ways. Lori was talking about it one day, and I was telling her that when of course I learned on oil paints. What we did, all color is made from all 3 primaries, and there's only 3 primaries: red, yellow, and blue. So you had to make everything from those colors. So I made flesh tones from red and green. Think about that. Red and green doesn't make sense, right? Well, that's what we used. Let me just do a little experiment with it. Let me show you something. I got any red and green here. I got like a pink. Let's pretend the pink is a red. Okay, here's your red. Here's your green. You use this color green, literally. It's sap green. And we mix those together. You only had 3 primaries. You had to work from that. Doesn't make no sense, right? So then you start adding white. More pink. Just keep adding pink and white. Mine has got a green base to it. Green. White. Okay, keep adding white. You just keep doing it until you get something that's pretty close. Now you can add some yellow. you'll get a flesh tone. And it's pretty close to this color. Interesting, right? And then the thing about this was, the big thing, see how close they are? The big thing about that was the face is many shades of pink and beige and white and black, so you would have to, maybe one part of the face is a little darker, so you'd add some red, and maybe it's a little more in shadow, so you'd add the green. Or, which we talk about in our classes, these two colors will neutralize each other. So that's what we did. We did red and green. Crazy, right? Then you would add colors according to skin tone. Now you'd add more yellow if they're Oriental or Indian, maybe some red. Cool, huh? So, I mean, they got a lot of colors now. You can actually buy, you know, flesh tones. You can buy them now, so I think it's better to learn to do it, but okay, pink and white and yellow. And a little red, or a little white. Make a good sized batch because we got a big old foot to do here. Okay. As I say, if you're not good at mixing colors until you are, if you're getting serious, you can buy what you need. I mean, we had a lot of colors back then that they did have some, but oil paints were absolutely ridiculous, for one thing, the prices. So you kept it to a minimum and just learned to mix. Yep. If you were learning one particular painting, you usually knew exactly what you needed, you know. I kind of branched out right on my own right away. I did. They were pretty fascinated with me. I had, like I said, I've always doodled, but I never really painted. And not making this up, guys. I'm friends with, and we found this place. It was in an old boxcar, and they were doing an art class, and everybody could pitch in. We all were doing clouds. He looks at my cloud, he goes, "Oh, you've been doing this a long time." I said, "A month. I've been doing it a month." He just looked at me. So then I think I got a referral from him. That's how I ended up in that art place. I didn't know it was quite an honor, and I was already started on a painting. She was fascinated that I had absolutely no I've told my kids all these stories, that I had no formal training because I was mixing colors like it was nobody's business. Because I had told you I learned a lot from doing hair. Mixing colors, we have to learn how to do color. So, long story short, I painted with these people for, I don't know, a couple of years, and my husband wanted to go home, so we went home. We tried to get, well, a war broke out, of course. We were over in Beirut, or he was in Beirut. A couple of his friends got shot. He decided he wasn't going to go in. So, anyways, that's what happened. So, yeah, so there was some talent there before that, but I've been painting probably since I was, or not painting, but doing some kind of, my grandma, we were talking about earlier, my kids, she wanted to know when I learned a lot. I think my kids are like great fiber artists. You guys see some of the stuff they're doing. I do stuff all the time, just been beautiful things. You know, so my grandmother taught me how to crochet, needlepoint, crewel, sew. I don't really follow any of it really except for the crocheting now and some needlepoint. So there was definitely something in her genes. I'm just kind of blending this all. I'm just shaping up the feet, just taking my little brush and kind of shaping everything while it's still a little bit wet. So, and I remember I had a gay uncle that took care of her, his boyfriend. I remember they always and as many brothers and sisters, things just, got lost or just stolen, or I'd give them to them. So they kept a pretty good stash of crayons and coloring books for me. So, I'd help her in her garden and stuff. The other one too, she was more into flowers. That one, she liked to grow veggies wherever she lived. She lived all over because she was a little bit of a drinker and had a lot of boyfriends. She finally married my grandfather, my step-grandfather, but I didn't know they weren't married. I said, "They got married?" Grandma was a player. Because, she got left with 8 sons, and she was young. It was hard back then when you were a woman and you had 8 sons, no daughters, 8 boys. Life had to have been tough. And you did, you know, she ended up working in hotels and took it in sewing and all that, but I guess she had boyfriends too, so what are you gonna do? She was a good looker too. But she was really kind of a pain in the butt, to tell you the truth. So she said she didn't like women. She only liked men. She liked kids though. She didn't like women. And I get it. Isn't that funny? True story, guys. True story. Anyways, I learned a lot from her. Yeah. So what color should we do the toenails? So I don't know. Yeah. And I fell in love with painting. Didn't take me long, like 3 seconds. Well, what happened was, I've told you guys this story. I worked in a salon down there. It was my, like, kind of my only second job I ever worked. And I had to transfer my license, long story. And I had reciprocity, luckily, and I didn't have to take any testing, but I had to get a job as soon as I could. So I guess I'm gonna use this pink. So I got a job, and I'm working in the salon, and I stayed right in front of the phone. But I kept drawing on her book, you know, the appointment book. She got mad at me, not mad at me, but she's like, Diana, the paintings are beautiful, but you got to stop drawing on the book. So I said, okay. So she got me some pastels. So I got some pastels you can have. Why don't you do that over in the corner over here? Next thing you know, she had pastels for the shop. I was drawing all her plants in the window. You know, I love plants. So then she found a place for me to go take classes. So that's how I got into doing the painting. It was in 1981, 82, something like that. I don't remember. So now I got little foots. Now on the other one I did little toe rings. We do little toe rings. I gave her a French manicure though. We didn't do a little French manicure. Oh, I did that actually with the Posca pens. So that's how I ended up doing art. Now I want some blue on it, so we're gonna do like blue polka dots. I think blue and yellow. Yeah. I got out of it off and on over the years. I mean, you know, I had kids to raise and didn't have a lot of money to buy a lot of stuff. So I had money, I had kids, you know. Right? So we all had kids. Messed that up. Shoot. I'm just gonna paint over it. Yep. I miss my babies. I miss them being little. I tell them that all the time. I miss them when you guys read. Now I got these little step-grandchildren. She married a man who had 3 kids, twin daughters and a son. And the son's got the house now. The mother-in-law and father-in-law of hers they're in a home. She goes and helps them. One's got dementia, one's got bad heart problems. They're in assisted living, so she goes and helps them. But they got the house, so he lives in the other house. And the 2 daughters each had one, a son and a daughter. And the girl that he married has 5 kids. She finally had a son. Or is it, wait a minute, is it 4 or 5? It's 5. So they got a little boy now. I think that's it. I hope so. So he's got a lot of people work on the farm now. Yeah. So she's got all these step-grandchildren. They call her Gigi. She adores them. Her kids are old enough, but they aren't interested. Her 23 and, you know. They're not interested like we were. All right, sounds like pretty cool. I think you see what I did. I'm gonna make this a little pinker. It looks a little pale. I'm gonna mix that up again with a little more pink in it. It's a different world now. Can't say as I blame them not wanting to bring kids in this world. Can't say I blame them at all. They talk about that. I'm like, oh shit. Sad, right? Isn't it sad? It's so sad. Get it. All right. Okay, we got another foot. It'll look better once I shine it up. I think I could shine this one up. Let me see. I could shine her up. I think she's okay. So I'm gonna get my, and I just do it with my finger. I know some people use a sponge, some people use a brush. Sometimes you get some brush marks, and I don't do it real thick. I just do it till I see a nice shine. Now you could paint the other side too. I haven't done that. I don't usually do that. I'm just gonna lay it on the ground anyways. So I just take like a drop. You only need like a drop. I take my finger. It gets shiny right off the bat. It's so pretty. Though they make a matte. If you don't want it shiny, there is a matte. It's harder to find, but you can find it. I like the glossy myself. That's all I do. That's all I do. It's a little like drab and then like for a second, and then it shines right up. Especially the brown. Any of your dark blues, purples and brown, or browns and blacks are the most famous for looking really dull, even on canvas. Once you put this on, it shines it right. I went a little bit on the other edge here. So I'm gonna lay it out like I'm gonna do it like that. So. Now, a lot of people leave these friendship rocks, they call them. They leave them in parks for people to pick up. They put little sayings on them and stuff. There's this one group that puts the name of their website, and people say when they found them and where they found them at, and they put it on the site. It's a long story, but the thing with this is that there's been a lot of disputes over animals getting into this. Now, I've never seen an animal bother them. They're too bright. I don't think they'll bother them unless they think it's their flower. Now, that's possible. But there was this one I seen where she had done like a ladybug, and she took a small one, and she glued it on there. And some lady was complaining about the glue because it could come loose. So that's up to you. I think if you're not going to put it out in nature, I don't really think it matters too much. But I imagine if you're putting feathers and diamonds and stuff on it, that's not something I would put out in the park. Like we did those ones last year with the pink ladybugs, and we had put diamonds on them and stuff. I still have them in pearls. I wouldn't put them out in nature. I'm just kind of pointing that out. Let me just try a second. I'll do it. So, you know, I wouldn't necessarily put anything extra on them that you're going to put out on a path or anything. And then there's kids too, because kids pick this stuff up. You don't want anything they can get in their mouth, but I had never really thought about it. I would love to do some small ones. It's like I was thinking different things you could do, like maybe even make it look like flowers and stick them on. I think that'd be cool, you know. So, hey, Joellen. So, anyways, I think that's pretty much what we're going to do for today. Oh, I'm on Mounjaro. It's for diabetics and stuff too, which I didn't even know I had diabetes. I was so out of it, guys. You have no idea how depressed I was. I'm good now. I'm good now. I've lost 61 pounds. Was 62, but you know how it goes. I shouldn't weigh myself so often, I guess. I got just some more outfits that I had bought, and I couldn't get into a 3X. I didn't even want to buy anything over a 3X, so I recently got into a 1X. I got 2 pairs of jeans again, some dresses because I'm so fat. But all my numbers are real good. Like my blood pressure was real good this morning. Might be a little low. I got to talk to her. They might change it around again. But I was having like 200 and something. I bust the cuffs. I had to get a bigger cuff because I would just bust them. My blood pressure was so high. So that's why that was the main reason they put me on it. To lose weight too, you know. So I was 337. Now I'm 77. So that's pretty good. What's really sad about the whole thing is I've never been this heavy. It all started when I stopped smoking. When I was sick, my hormones, they said, were causing a lot of inflammation. And then just the stress of my husband dying, my mother dying, my friends dying. Closing my shop, started putting the weight on right. I didn't actually put that much weight on when I quit smoking until COVID. And I was home all the time. I was loving it. You know, teaching classes with you guys was a lot of fun, but man, I was eating. Have you guys seen the pictures? Have you guys seen I sent the videos to you guys that are in my classes, Lori? If you look at those videos from like 3 years ago, holy pumpkin head. I was showing my kids. I took a picture when we first moved in here. Holy shit, excuse me. My whole head was like a pumpkin. I was so, and that wasn't really fat. That was inflammation, because that's what inflammation will do. You know what I mean? Which Lori should know that. She does nursing. You know, it's just crazy. So that's why I'm on it. Hey, Rach. So that's why I'm on it, you know. But I got like, I figure I figured another 80 pounds, just get around 200. I'm at 5'7", 200 pounds. I look good. In fact, I remember I used to complain that I was 190 pounds. And I went to the doctor. I mean, I'm 5'7", and I'm very, I was very shapely. So I was never meant to be really small. I was skinny at one time, 134 when I got married. My husband said I was too small. He liked me at 150, 160. So I was complaining to the doctor. I was 50-something years old. I was 190 pounds. He goes, I want to show you something. Or her, but I went to women usually. And she had a chart for my age and height. I should be 191 pounds, and I felt better. But that didn't stop me from eating, you know. So I think as you get older, you're going to put weight on anyways. My mother was pretty chunky, you know. My brother got chunky. A lot of them never even made it. They didn't live very long. So anyways, guys, so I've been on the Mounjaro. If you guys are thinking about it, I was really scared to take it. But like I said, so many things have... You can have a heart attack not keeping your weight down, but high blood pressure, all that stuff has side effects. My big thing is that I'm kind of arguing with him about taking the statins because my mother had severe dementia. I mean, you had to see it to believe it. And she was highly medicated, so I don't want to take a lot of medication. I've cut a few things out, and I won't take certain things. And there's a certain group of drugs that will affect Alzheimer's dementia. So the big thing is statin. The statins I use keep your... Well, my cholesterol was never bad. It just never was. My dad says his is good too. But they put you on it because they said everybody has high blood pressure. Well, that's not true. So I was they give me $100 every year to do a health assessment through WellCare. So I did it. And the lady was talking about in England, you only need one a week. Now they're making me take one a day. So I cut back to 3 a day. Well, they weren't thrilled about that. So, but my cholesterol's still good. So I don't know. Right? And you can have high cholesterol, any of that stuff, and not do all the things you're supposed to do. Because I had a girlfriend who's Italian off the boat. Oh, that girl was such a good cook, Maria. Everything scratch, everything. Her wine, she had wine. Oh my God, the wine was so good. She made homemade bread, everything. Cheese, sausage. She could put in this thing. She got a kitchen in her basement, you know, making sausage. And she's big, doesn't have diabetes, and doesn't have high blood pressure. But then she got high cholesterol. She did everything she could. She couldn't get rid of it. Now, she didn't have high blood pressure. She didn't have diabetes, and she's big as a house. So explain that to me. So, you know, I think a bunch of it. I mean, I do believe they know what they're doing. But then I think there should be somebody out there saying, you know, should this drug be with that drug? You know, I've always said that. So anyways, as I'm being battled now over the statins. So I will talk to you guys next week. I was thinking I might jump on something. I'm not doing anything. My daughter's not coming till Tuesday. I might jump on and do something patriotic. Maybe I'll do that thing. I don't know that. Oh, I'll put some more on this one tomorrow. So I hope you guys all have a great weekend. I'm not doing anything. I'm just painting. I'm going to finish. I got to make another one of those paintings. I did this small. I got to do a big one of that margarita thing. And then I'm going to do something for me. I think I'm going to paint something. I got some things I got to do in the other group, but that's pretty much it. Month. So I'll be putting all the videos from April or May before June gets here. That'll be this week coming up. So that's my big things for the week. How did I get hair on this? And it's a black hair. It can't be mine. I wonder whose that is. It's got to be Jacqueline's. I cut her hair the other day. That's what it is. It's from her. I don't have a hair in my head that dark anymore. Must have been some hair left. I gave her a haircut. All right, guys. So I'll see you next week. I hope you have a good Memorial Day. And thanks for coming. Did you go off it? Yeah. I'm down to 3. I need to wean off, and I'm just going to stop taking it. But those statins have a very bad history. And if it wasn't for, you had to see, I cannot exaggerate how bad my mother was. I cannot tell you. We always thought it was Alzheimer's. We found out later my mother-in-law had Alzheimer's, and we thought she had dementia. So my mother had some kind of early onset. I don't know if she had the Louis Dewey one or whatever it was, but it was bad. I mean, I just can't explain how just out of it she was. And my mother-in-law was just, she was a mean person, was vicious, you know. So anyways, guys, yeah, have a great weekend, and have a happy Memorial Day, and thanks for coming. I'll see you later. Love you guys. All right, bye.